Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Up first this evening, 2 years after reopening, the JISCO ALPART alumina plant in Nain St. Elizabeth will be closed. Mining Minister Robert Montague made the announcement in the House of Representatives this evening. He said the plant is old and the modernization program will begin in 50 days.
This decision was arrived at after considering various factors, which include but not limited to worker safety and welfare, the regularity to which segments of the plants fail to properly function and in cases stop functioning puts the workers' safety at risk, and the company is also at risk. High cost of production and high levels of waste. To continue producing alumina at over $480 per ton was unviable. The prevailing low and falling price of alumina on the world market. Mr. Speaker, between 2016 and 2019, the price of alumina fell from approximately $500 per ton.
Mr. Montague was asked about the impact on growth projections.
I can tell you that mining colleague accounts for 50% of the growth figures. It is the third largest foreign exchange earner, and it employs some 5,000 persons directly in high-paying jobs, and indirectly some 25,000 Jamaicans depend upon it. It will certainly affect our growth projections, and the Ministry of Finance has not yet finished shaking out the figures. And therefore, as soon as that is done, those projections are done. As you will realize, the time was very short, and they are now working to treat with that, and we will update as quickly as we can.
Now, JISCO ALPART recently laid off roughly 400 workers.
Drama and tension gripped a section of St. Andrew last night as gunmen attempted to rob a gambling outlet. The gunmen were, however, cornered by security forces and now face a long list of charges. In the ensuing drama, the gunmen took hostages, resulting in a standoff for close to 4 hours. TVJ's Dwayne Anderson has this report.
The drama started unfolding shortly after 8 Monday evening here at a lottery establishment at the corner of Seawater Drive and Mullines Road in St. Andrew. And for the next 4 hours, everything that unfolded was akin to an action movie. The two gunmen who attempted to rob the establishment and patrons were trapped inside by a police team that was nearby. Soon after, the entire area was flanked by police personnel and soldiers. Desperate, the thugs refused to release the patrons, meaning the security forces now had a hostage situation on their hands. The Special Weapons and Tactical Team, SWAT, was called in. They arrived with their usual apparatus: armored truck, high-powered rifles and shields. A Jamaica Defense Force helicopter provided aerial cover. The hostage negotiator was also on the scene. Acting head of the Area 4 Police Division, Senior Superintendent Morris Robinson, had the task. He pleaded with the robbers for a peaceful surrender.
I'm asking you to just consider that by this time we have a lot of policemen outside here. But remember that the Jamaica Constabulary is a professional organization. It is said that you committed yourself, but I'm going to ask you to step outside. I will guarantee that you will be able to stick to an attorney to properly defend yourself when it comes to the courts. As long as I'm here, you have nothing to fear. The JSF is a professional body. I'm going to ask you to put your hands on top of your head and step out slowly. Put your hands on top of your head and step out slowly. The longer you wait, the more police persons are going to arrive, and it will be very difficult. So I'm going to ask you to take my word. I'm going to ask you to step outside so that we can resolve this matter quickly. Once again, I've identified myself to you, Senior Superintendent Robinson.
By this time, a large crowd had gathered. It was a mix of curious residents and commuters who grew increasingly irate that the road was cordoned off and they could not pass to head to their respective destinations. Eventually, a breakthrough arrived, without a drop of blood being spilled or the discharge of a bullet. The gunmen yielded to the negotiators' terms and surrendered. When the two men came outside, they were shirtless. Both assumed a submissive position by laying on the ground. They were searched, apprehended, and eventually taken away to lockup. The identities of the robbers are being withheld pending further investigations. According to a release from the JCF's communications unit, the hostages, including the owner, were rescued by the SWAT team. It's still unclear how many hostages were in the building. Another observation we made while on the scene: even before the security forces confirmed the scene was no longer active, some residents and commuters started breaching the police tape, which raises questions about how civilians interact with potentially unsafe situations. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.